they're scheming. Like, I absolutely hate that. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, we're gonna do a ship with me. I have quite a few sales to get out. Now I unfortunately was gonna be taking a break from ship with me's, but this weekend was so good, I was like, I gotta show y'all what sold. So I did gross $1,130.33, and I made a net profit of $881.87. I made 39 sales across 3 platforms. Poshmark did 18, eBay did 17, and Mercari did 4. Let's jump in. All right, so the first one is this Lululemon Swiftly Tech top. I actually literally sourced this the exact same day it sold. I want to say within maybe like an hour or two, because I did cross list it, so I know that it sold within an hour or two, and it sold pretty quickly. What's so odd is that I have another Swiftly Tech top, and it's pink, and it literally gets no attention and it hasn't sold yet. And this one is just a plain Jane gray one, and it sold within, you know, an hour. But anyways, this one did sell for my full asking price of $30. I did pay $1.01 for it, and I made a profit of $22.99 after fees and cost of goods. Again, I feel like when it comes to Lululemon, you really just kind of got to go off your gut. I do have like 4 Lululemon sales from this weekend, so I guess it's really just up to you on whether or not you want to pick it up. I personally, if it's in good condition, I'm going to pick it up. But anyways, this is another Lululemon item. This is actually a men's t-shirt. Now, I actually sourced this, of course, out the bins. Go figure. But I've been finding a lot of the men's t-shirts. I noticed that they pretty much go unnoticed, mainly because they are just a basic t-shirt. Nothing is on them. And then if you don't really know to look for the logo, then you're just going to pass it up. So I kind of have a feel for, you know, the Lululemon pieces, for most of them anyways, where I can tell that this is like a better quality than a typical t-shirt. So then I know to kind of look for that logo on the back. I want to say left side, so I always do. But this one sold for $20. I did pay $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $14.72 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one actually also sold fairly quickly. I just listed this one, and I want to say that it sold within a few days. What's so crazy is that when I was at the bins, I was going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to pick this up, just because the sell-through rate on the brand wasn't that good. But when it's a piece that I kind of like really want to pick up, I will go as far as narrowing the search down. So I narrowed it down to the Pyramid Collection tie-dye jacket or something like that. And I noticed that they were selling a lot better than just like the brand as a whole. So I went on and got it, and this actually sold within a few days. So this was a really quick turnaround. And this one actually sold for $28, which is my full asking price. I did pay $1.01 for it, and I made a profit of $21.39 after fees and cost of goods. This was a new to me brand, but I know moving forward, if I see it, I will definitely go ahead and pick it up, because I kind of love those type of turnarounds where they are just in and out. I didn't even really have to bring it to my storage unit because it already sold in, you know, a few days that it's been here. This is actually a brand called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. These used to sell a lot quicker for me. They've definitely slowed down, I've noticed, but they're just like a menswear brand. They make kind of like office and business attire. I used to have a lot of luck selling the tops. They would sell within a few weeks, but now, you know, it's definitely slowed down. So I'll be more mindful when I pick them up. I'll have to most likely look at the sell-through rate for the size that I pick up. But this one actually sold for $28. I did pay $1.32 for it, and I made a profit of $21.08 after fees and cost of goods. These are actually from my personal closet. The brand is called Fabletics. I actually like picking up Fabletics to sell as well. However, like I said, I picked this up at the bins for myself. I wore them all summer, and then I decided that I wanted to narrow down my closet. So I went on and listed it, and they took, I want to say, like a good month, maybe a little bit less to sell. So I don't really put a cost of goods, but I did get it from the bin, so we can just say $1 if I did. But they sold for $15, and like I said, they were from my personal closet, so I don't have a cost of goods, but I did make a profit of $12. All right, so this is a pair of 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 like pajama pants. I also found these last week, sold fairly quickly. This is a brand that I would 1000% always pick up at the Goodwill outlet, especially if it's in good condition. You are going to get a better return on your investment if you pick up pieces that are matching sets, or if it's just like a pajama dress or something like that. They just make really high quality loungewear. So I've been able to flip their tops or their bottoms on their own. Of course, like I said, they don't go for as much as a set would, but they still sell. And this one actually sold for $20. I did pay $1.23 for this at the outlet, and I made a profit of $14.77 after fees and cost of goods. This one is a bundle. So I found these at the same time at the Goodwill outlet, and it was 2 Under Armour shirts. And I went back and forth on whether or not I should get them, but Under Armour is one of those brands where I actually don't mind picking it up, just because I know that it actually flips for me. I know that a lot of people have given up on this brand, but I feel like I'm pretty selective with what I pick up. And I'll be honest with y'all, I don't even check the sell-through rate or the comps because the brand does sell pretty well for me. And I think it's because I price it pretty competitively. But this one was a larger size in men's wear, and it was a bundle type of deal, and I figured I'd get a little bit more if I sold them together versus separately, and I did. So they actually paid my full asking price of $45. So I did you know, pay $1.15 per piece. So collectively I paid $2.30 for this sale, and I made a profit of $33.70 after fees and cost of goods. And I'll be honest, I love doing the bundle. These 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 shoes, yeah, I didn't get a box. I don't really need a box. I think they can fit in the bubble mailer. I actually picked these up. I think my whatchamacallit said February, my inventory. So I've had these for quite some time. If y'all follow my vlogs, y'all know that I've given up on shoes. I think I picked up a pair of flats from the brand called Schutz or something like that last month, and I regret it. But I'm gonna see if they're gonna sell. But I had heard about this brand, and I was like, ooh, I found it. And you know, it sat for a very long time, and I wasn't pricing it high either. Maybe my initial price probably was high, because in February I still didn't have my price points kind of like down pat and just like, you know, affordable and, you know, realistic with the, you know, the, what am I trying to say? Realistic with what the market is saying. But anyways, these sold for $25. I did pay $1.32 for it, and I did make a profit of $18.68 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Sandro romper. I was really happy to see this one go, because I've had this one for some time now. Let's all put it back here. Yeah, so I heard about this brand, so when I saw it in the bins, I'm like, oh, this is a great brand, I gotta get it, and it sat and sat and sat and sat. I think I had this one since January, either January or February. So it's been here a while, and it definitely has been here a while, because it's under $1, and my Ben's location has upped their price to $169 per pound instead of $129 per pound. So back then I would always pay under $1. I never paid $1 for inventory. It always was between like 80 to 90 cents, never over that. But anyways, this one sold for $35, which I was really happy about. They sent me an offer, and I immediately accepted it, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, wait, I think I pulled this from my inventory. But I did remember that when I cleaned out my dresses, I had a bin that I was going to sell to a buy-sell trade store, and I never ended up taking it to them. So I have a bin strictly for the pieces that like I no longer wanted, so it's easy to pinpoint that bin. And I went and looked today, and I found it, so I was like, thank the Lord. But anyway, so this one sold for $35. I did pay 98 cents for it, and I made a profit of $27.02 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this was a new to me brand. It's called HR Farm. It's kind of like one of those riding brands, because it has like that grippy between the thighs, so when you're riding a horse. So I went on to pick them up. I believe at the time that I picked these up, the sell-through rate wasn't, you know, amazing, but it was worth, you know, grabbing, because a lot of the times when I am sourcing at the bins, For me to pick up an item, it has to meet a few requirements, and that is a sell-through rate of 30% or more, and then the price point that it's selling has to be over $20. So let's say I pick up something that is, I don't know, 20% sell-through rate, and the comps are saying that it's like $15 that it's selling for. That's an immediate no. So I guess you can say that I would love a average sale price of $20 or more, because I specifically look for items that can sell for over $20. Anyways, so this one sold for $28, and I did pay $1.49 for it, and I made a profit of $20.91 after fees and cost of goods. This one is an exciting one. I actually picked this up, I want to say like a good couple of weeks ago, and I finally went on and started listing my Christmas stuff. I was watching Ashley's video, and she was telling me how one of her subscribers was like, you know, Christmas is selling already. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and empty out my Christmas bin, and I pulled all of my Christmas sweaters and I listed them, and this one's the first one to sell. This one was flawed, unfortunately, but for some reason the flaw on the item, they are very oddly placed, so I'm wondering, is it just supposed to be like a shadow that whoever came up with this particular style had made, because it's right on Santa's like beard a little bit, and then another piece is right by the unicorn's penis, or private area, excuse me. So I was thinking that maybe this was supposed to be like a shadow or something, but I still marked it as a flaw. And he sent me a offer of, I want to say $20. I think I had it priced at 38, I want to say, and he maybe 45. I think I had it priced at 45 because it was a 3X, and you know, I hate to do that because it's almost kind of like if you are fat, you need to pay more, because that's just how it works in the real world, which is pretty fucked up. But I still had it priced a little bit higher than the other ones because it was, in fact, you know, a plus size. And this is a good brand. This brand typically sells for over $30, so I still wanted to make sure I got my $30 for it. So he countered for 20, I countered back at 30, and I was gonna stay firm on 30. So then he went on and accepted it after I countered to 30. So I was like, we love that. But anyways, so this one sold for 30. I paid 87 cents for it, and I made a profit of $23.13 after fees and cost of goods. All right, y'all, so the next one is actually from a subscriber. She got a cute little bundle. It's just these two tops. This one is like a blazer style, which you guys saw in a recent, or maybe not so recent, it's been a little bit of a while now, but y'all saw in a haul video. And then this one is just like this really cute patchwork situation, very boho and all the things. So she paired these two together, and we're gonna get them out the door. So if you're watching, thanks girl. But yeah, so I have really been, you know, getting into style-based pickups, just because I feel like I know a lot more than I did prior. Because before, I only really knew boho and I knew cottagecore, and I thought I knew cottagecore, but it's more to cottagecore. If you guys are watching any of my aesthetic videos, I will link them down below if y'all, you know, want to catch up on them. But yeah, so I've been picking up a lot more style-based pickups, and these, you know, fit the bill of a good little style. I think I can put this in a poly mailer. All right, so since I have y'all here, might as well, I wanted to give you guys a giveaway. So y'all know that I've been a part of the Resellers Edge University for some time now, and I love it. They're the main reason why I pick up these type of styles, and they sell well. So I wanted to give back to one person. You will get 1 month free of the Resellers Edge University, and of course during that time you can test it out and see if that's something that you like, and of course you don't have to pay for it. But the requirements to, you know, join the giveaway is, all you have to do is just leave whatever comment you would typically leave on my video, and then just put your birthday at the end of the, you know, comment. September 10th, I'm actually gonna shout out the person that has won the giveaway, and we will link up, and then I will put you guys in like a little spinning wheel situation, and then I will go ahead and let y'all know whoever won. That's why it's good to have all 3, sometimes 4 different sizes of poly mailers. So this bundle sold for $67. I did pay $2.47, and I made a profit of $51.13 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this one was the most liked item in the haul video. This was that really cute cat sweater that had the cashmere cats on it. So this one, I think when I talked to y'all about this item, I must have not remembered what I wanted to price it at, because I priced it a little under $50. So then of course my bot ended up sending them an offer, and then of course they accepted it, which, you know, who wouldn't? But I guess it was my fault, because I'll be trying to price my items to actually sell and not really price them for people to, you know, wait for an offer. So when they do receive the offer, they're more enticed to go ahead and get it, because they already know, like, okay, the price point is already good, but now they're sending me an offer, so it's kind of like I need to go ahead and grab it. But yeah, so this one sold for $38, which was not bad at all. I'm still happy with my takeaway, because I did get this from the Goodwill outlet, so it's not a loss for me. But this one, I did pay $1.23 for it at the outlet, and I made a profit of $29.17 after fees and cost of goods. But let me just say, y'all, I'm so happy that pieces that I kind of like take a chance on, and that are vintage and that are just like super random, actually sell for me, because at one point I had completely swore off of picking up vintage because it just wasn't selling for me, and it was because of the quality of the items that I was picking up. So it's like, you just can't pick up something just because it's a vintage piece. Like, you got to know how to market it, and you got to know if this is something that somebody's actually going to want, you know. Anyways, so this is a J. Crew cable knit sweater. This one actually sold fairly quickly, and I'm sure I undersold it. However, you already know I like to get things in and out. As long as I'm making a really good profit, I really don't care if I sell it for $10 less than it's actually supposed to go for. But like I said, yeah, this was a cable knit wool cardigan. I don't know who is gonna wear this. I don't know how people wear wool. I can't do it. It's too itchy. Yeah, how am I gonna do this actually? Okay. I might end up having to put this in a box. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one in a box, because this thing is thick. Already got paper in there. But anyways, so this one did sell for my full asking price. Y'all can't even see me. Okay, so like I said, this one sold for my full asking price of $38, and I did, you know, just source this literally last week. And J. Crew is one of those brands that it's hard for me to not pick up, and it's in a good condition. And this was in a good condition. For some reason, I have to fight with myself too when it comes to picking up any, you know, style of men's clothing, and then the size is like a size small, because a lot of the times I'm like, no, this is gonna take forever to sell, and then it sells really quickly. So I think that it's so important to just not let size deter you from picking up good pieces, just because like in our community we all kind of like hate size smalls. But anyways, so that one sold for $38, which is my full asking price. I did pay $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $29.12 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one actually shocked me a little bit. This is a Columbia full zip sweater. It is a size 3X. That was the only reason why I picked it up. I absolutely hate Columbia. Columbia takes forever and a day to sell, and then a lot of the times it doesn't even sell. And since this was a plus size and the condition was good, I figured like maybe I'll just risk it for the biscuit, you know. And I was pleasantly surprised. This one got a lot of attention, and I made sure I didn't price it high just because I didn't want to sit on it. So I priced it at $28, and I was hoping to get about $20-25 for it. And this person came in and sent me a $25 offer, and I accepted it. So we love that. This one was getting a lot of attention on Mercari, and I do think it had a watcher on eBay as well. So very quick turnaround. I picked this up last week. I want to say either Wednesday or Thursday. So this was a really quick flip. But like I said, it sold for $25. I did pay $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $18.72 after fees and cost of goods. Yeah, we still on Poshmark. Okay, so this is a 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂. I want to say it's kind of like a dinner coat. I want to say that's what somebody told me, but I've had this for a while now, and I was kind of sad because at one point 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 was just flying off the shelf in my closet. So I was just like, what's going on? Is it not desirable anymore? but I just have to wait for the right buyer, and they finally came along. So we love that. So this one was, I want to say, a size large. So this was a pretty good size to begin with. And I think I probably listed this just a little bit too late. So I probably listed this in February. So it finally sold. And this one sold for $30. I think my bot sent them an offer and they went on and accepted it. So this is a pretty good sale. I have a lot of like $30 sales. These are more of the quality pieces that are selling instead of the low tier pieces, I feel like. Because even on eBay, I got some okay sales over there. This one barely fit up in here. But yeah, so I did pay 82 cents for this jacket at the Goodwill outlet here in Dallas, Texas. And I made a profit of $23.18 after fees and cost of goods. I actually still pick up Bob Mackie regardless of what it is. Now I have like that gift of making sure I don't pick up anything that is flawed. So if I list anything that's flawed, it's because it's still sellable. Other than that, I damage out a lot of pieces because I just don't even want to be bothered with, you know, people going to look at the listing and then they say, oh no, it's a flaw, I don't want to get that. So it's just like, I don't even want to waste their time, don't even waste my time listing it. So it's just better to just get rid of it. Eileen Fisher sweatshirt. This is kind of like the highlight of the ship with me. This one is in a like new condition, still has the pull tab and everything. And you already know how expensive Eileen Fisher is. I thought about keeping this, but I just felt like I didn't need to. I wanted the money. So I went on and listed it. Now I did price this one pretty high just because it was like new, or new without tags, if you will. So I went on and just priced it high and waited for the right buyer. Now what's so funny is that it relisted on Poshmark, and then of course I went in and relisted it on eBay manually, and I dropped the price by like $20. And somebody on Poshmark came in and purchased it, and I was so happy because I'm just like, yes, we love to see it. But they bought it for my, you know, discounted price point that my Poshmark bot sends anybody that likes my item within like 2 minutes. And this one sold for $85, and I did pay $1.32 for it at the Goodwill outlet. So I made a profit of $66.68 after fees and cost of goods. So this is a pretty good sale. Okay, so this is the last piece from Poshmark. These are a pair of Aerie leggings. I actually picked these up. I'm actually about to stop, if I'm being completely honest. If they're not a size large and over, then it just doesn't make any sense to bring them home. It's just I had luck with all sizes, so I just was like, oh, let me pick them up. But now I'm noticing that, you know, it's definitely slowing down. So I'm gonna stick to not only larger sizes and more like specialty sizes. So I have found some ones that are like a short inseam. I feel like if you find short inseam or like a taller inseam, those are probably the best ones to get. But if it's just like a regular basic size, I'd say be a little bit picky when it comes to it, because I definitely am. Because I find these, I don't find them a lot, but I do think I have maybe like 4 listed, and I've been able to sell 4 as well. So I do have a, you know, pretty decent sell-through rate with it. They actually don't take that long to sell, because this one was listed about a good 2 weeks ago and it already sold. So this is a pretty quick turnaround, and this is the type of turnaround that I like. Okay, get in and get out. But this one sold for $16. What's so funny is that she sent me an offer like 2 weeks ago, and then I countered at 20, and I instantly regretted it because I had just sold another pair on Mercari for $22. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if I just sold one for $22, I can at the very least get about 20 over here. But I didn't recognize that the one on Mercari was actually a size large, and it was a different colorway. So she ended up coming back, thank the Lord, and she gave me $1 more, and I went on and accepted it. So I'm just like, yes, let's get it out the door. But I did pay $1.30 for this, and I made a profit of $11.50 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so moving on to eBay. This is a Tommy Bahama's Man Island Zone shirt. I've been hearing a lot of male, you know, resellers talk about this. So when I see it at the bins in a larger size and good condition, I pick it up. I don't pick up everything though. Like, I'm really picky because Tommy Bahama is such a oversaturated brand. I find a lot more luck selling the women's items. I feel like they sell a lot quicker and for a little bit more money. So those are the ones that I'm actually really searching out for. But this one sold for $19.54, which looks like an offer that I sent them. I do send out 15% off offers randomly. So I sent that out and they accepted it. I did pay $1.57 for it, and I made a profit of $13.94 after fees and cost of goods. I don't know y'all, but like I went to look at eBay's like, you know, amount, and I kind of am annoyed because I do get it, like they aren't at 20% like Poshmark, but they kind of are, because if this sold for $20, they should have took like $2.50 out. So they do the whole thing where they actually go off of what the buyer actually paid, which is, they're scheming. Like I absolutely hate that, because I just don't like that, because I feel like what I've recognized is that they're at about 14%. And that's why I don't promote anything, because I feel like they're already getting so much more money off of us. Because of course, naturally you charge, you know, 14% for a fee, but then they're not just taking it off of what the item sold for. They're taking it off of how much the item, you know, collectively sold for. The next one is actually this Brioni shirt, which was really exciting. When I saw it at the bins, I'm like, wait, I know for a fact I heard this. And I think y'all probably saw it in a shipping source with me. I actually like that video. I like filming those for some reason. But anyways, so I saw this and I'm like, oh, it's so exciting. This is definitely a Bolos brand. So I went on and picked it up. Now I looked at comps very thoroughly. Typically when I come across any type of brand that typically sells for a lot of money, I try to make sure that I price mine accordingly, because I don't want to sit on it and then I don't want to undersell it. So that one in particular, I'm like, okay, just to kind of pay attention to everything. This is a short sleeve shirt. This is a size medium. The fabric content is only rayon. So I kind of had to consider everything, and then I wanted to price mine accordingly. Now, if this was a size, let's say extra large, and it was silk, definitely would have, you know, listed it for more. But just to consider everything, I was like, okay, I think I'm good with $50. So I did price it at like $65, I want to say, or around there. And this one actually sold through an offer for $55.24. I did pay $1.23 for it, and I made a profit of $45.59 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a women's Catherine top. I heard about this brand from Kaylee many months ago. And I started seeing it at the bin, so I'm just like, okay, let me start picking it up. Now, unfortunately, I used to just pick up every single thing. Now I'm extremely selective. Of course, I only pick up, you know, 2X and over, but now I've even kind of dwindled it down to only picking up something that is worth picking up, because, you know, you'll come across like basic pieces, but if it doesn't have anything going for it, then I won't pick it up. But this one was really pretty, so I thought that was going to be a great, you know, sale. So this one actually sold for my full asking price of $24.97. I did pay $1.26 for it, and I made a profit of $19.39 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one is a Studio Sanders for Uniqlo. Now, Uniqlo is one of those brands where I actually enjoy picking it up because it does get attention. That's one thing I can say, especially their collaborations. So I picked this up and I just kind of considered everything, and I didn't price this one high at all because I wanted it to sell. So I priced it at I think I priced it at $19.99, and I sent out an offer and they accepted it. So the offer was $16.98, and I did pay $1.28 for it, and I made a profit of $12.54 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a men's Zara top. For some reason, I've also been having a lot of luck selling like the Zara men's camp shirts. That's actually a great keyword to use for a short sleeve shirt. And I think this one may have had linen in it, if I'm not mistaken. This one was also a size small, but like I told y'all before, like everybody is not a size large, everybody is not an extra large, everybody is not a 4XL. So pick up sizes and just run with it, okay? And that's what I did. So I picked this one up, and I knew that I wanted $20 for it. Of course, I sent them out an offer. They accepted it. This one sold for $21.23. I did pay $1.48 for it, and I made a profit of $15.87 after fees and cost of it. All right, so these are some women Lululemon leggings. These are the base pace, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is the third Lululemon piece from this video. I picked these up and I was going back and forth when I saw them in the bins because, again, Lululemon leggings just don't perform like how their other stuff perform. So you got to be real picky. And I noticed that this was a current style, and I still didn't want to price it too high because I still wanted it to sell and I wanted to remain competitive. So I think I priced it at around like $35, and my bot sent them an offer of 15% off. They accepted it. So these sold for $29.74, and I paid $1.57 for them, and I made a profit of $23.26 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so these are a pair of men Banana Republic wool pants. It's a specific name, 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂 or something like that. I recently picked these up, so this is a pretty quick turnaround. I wasn't expecting them to sell as quickly as they did, but we love that. And I didn't price them high just because I wanted to, you know, get them to sell and, you know, remain competitive. So they did sell for my full asking price, so we absolutely love that. They sold for $24.99, and what I typically do on eBay when I have to relist an item, I drop it by a penny, or depending on how long it's been sitting, I will drop the price in general. But this one, you know, clearly was a pretty quick flip because I didn't have to drop the price, so we love that. But yeah, I definitely love picking these up around the winter time. Pick up a lot of men's wool pants that are in excellent condition though. I'm not picking up the bad stuff because I had a lot of luck last you know, winter time selling a lot of the men's, you know, wool pants because, you know, it's cold outside, and the trousers and all the things. So anyways, like I said, it sold for $24.99. I did pay $1.44 for it, and I made a profit of $18.64 after fees and cost of goods. This is a Eileen Fisher women's like slinky traveler's top. I kind of like picking up the slinky styles. I feel like they perform you know, pretty well for me, especially if you get a good size, like a size large. And I was pretty happy with this pickup. It didn't take that long to sell actually, so we love that. And this one sold for $16.98. I'm thinking this had to have been on an offer to watchers because I noticed that when I have something priced at like $19.99, it'll typically sell for $16.99. So just kind of is a good balance. But I did pay $1.40 for this, so I made a profit of $12.30 after fees and cost of goods. And I'm happy that this tank top actually sold now because I'm sure I would have been sitting on it for a while. So yeah, this is a pretty good turnaround on this one. All right, this is a new to me brand called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂, I want to say. I picked these up because the quality of them felt really nice. And for some reason, when I checked comms, I was not impressed. But I felt like, okay, the sell-through rate isn't that great, but the comps are okay, you know. So I said I'm gonna just go ahead and get them, and then I'll price them just a little bit lower to try to get mine to sell a little bit quicker than the others. So I did notice that it did get a lot of attention across all platforms, and by a lot I just mean like 2 or 3 people watching it. And I sent out an offer because I didn't price it that high, but since it was a larger size, I did want to get, you know, extra $2 for it. But this one sold for $18.67. I did pay $1.26 for it, and I made a profit of $13.86 after fees and cost of goods. So yeah, I definitely picked these up again. It's kind of like a golfing style pair of pants. They have like the zipper pockets and all of the things. This is a women's J.Crew times Liberty top. I was so happy to find this because I remember, I want to say maybe like 7 or 8 months ago, a few YouTubers was talking about J.Crew Liberty, you know, as a Bolos. So I was just like, ooh, maybe it was a year ago, I don't know. But when I saw it at the bins, I was excited. I think I even picked this up in a thrift store once. Definitely sold for a lot more. But since this was a much smaller size, I had to be mindful that I didn't want to sit on it too long. I feel like a lot of the times when it comes to smaller sizes, you kind of have to be mindful and, you know, not price too high because there's maybe not a lot of people looking out for a size small, but it has been like a large or extra large, I'm sure it would have been a little bit more interest. But this one did sell for $25.48, which looks like an offer that I sent them, and I did pay $1.40 for it, and I made a profit of $19.97 after fees and cost of goods. This is that Baltic Born dress. I got this at the Bands. It was new with tags, which we absolutely love. This one didn't take long to sell. I wanted to be extremely mindful at what I priced this, just because I wanted to not only get a good sale, but I wanted to, you know, not sit on it for a long time. So I think I priced this at about $65 because I wanted $50 for it, and I got that. This person actually came in and bought it for my full asking price, which we love. One weekend I'm gonna actually see how many sales I can get on eBay without sending out offers, because I would love to see. Maybe I'll do it soon. I have to wait until my sales actually pick back up entirely in order to do that. But this is a pretty good sale. I was really happy with it. Like I said, it was sold for my full asking price, and I did pay $1.30 for this at the Goodwill outlet, so I made a profit of $40.82 after fees and cost of goods. And these are a pair of Express trouser pants. This is my second time selling these, I want to say. I forgot what the first person said. I think they said they were too big. So if I have an issue with this one, then I'm going to have to adjust the size tag. And speaking of Express pants, I did have somebody reach out to me wanting to return a pair. And what's so crazy about it is that they tried to blame me, and they was like, you know, you didn't put the size in the listing. Maybe you pulled the wrong pants. Like, and I'm like, well, no. In photo 3, it actually shows the size of these pants, because she said they're no way a size 4, because she is a size 4, and all of her other Express pants that are a size 4 fit, they must be a size 0 or a 2, because she couldn't get them on her legs. And I'm like, well, no. In photo 3, it actually shows you that these are a 4 short, and then in photo 4, it actually shows you the measurements of the item. So it's nothing on my end. So I told her, you know, I don't accept returns, but if you want to return it, you can go ahead and you know, put in for item doesn't fit and send it back, or you can just use my photos and list the item. So she never responded, so I'm sure I'm probably going to get some negative feedback on it, but don't try to flip it around like it was my fault. It's you clearly didn't either look at the measurements, or you didn't look at the tag, because she said that the tag was cut off, and I'm like, the tag wasn't cut off. Like, the tag is literally in photo 3. Like, what do you mean? But anyways, these sold for $21.97. I don't have a cost of goods because, like I said, I already sold them, so I kind of already put them in whatever month they sold on inventory. So I did make a profit of $17.96 after fees and cost of goods. These are a pair of Sweaty Betty leggings. I've had these for a very long time. I don't know who said that this brand was a Bolo, because it's definitely not. Yeah, I feel like the Bolos are things that sell for over $30 and, you know, sell fairly quickly. This is definitely not a Bolo. It is something that I will consider, you know, moving forward, because when I picked these up 6 months ago, I thought that they would have sold a lot quicker. But again, I did have them priced so high. I feel like 6 months ago, like, my price points were absurd. And that's why, you know, I was receiving low balls. And that's another thing to consider too. Like, when you receive a lot of low balls and you get offended, it's probably because it's priced too damn high. Now, if I'm pricing an item at $28 and it's typically selling for $25, and somebody sends me a $10 offer, that's a low ball. Like, but if you're pricing something that typically sells for, let's say, $50, you're pricing it at like $85, it's like, okay, calm down. That's why, you know, people are sending you $40 offers, because it's too damn high. But anyways, this one sold for $25.47. I did pay $1.32 for it, and I made a profit of $19.54 after fees and cost of goods. All right, so this is a new with tags dress from the brand called Chelsea 28, which is actually sold at Anthropologie. This is like a full wrap dress. I thought it was really pretty, so of course I picked it up. I love new attack pieces when it's a really good brand. If it's an okay brand, I'll typically sell the new attack pieces to a buy sell trade, because sometimes I do have a hard time seeing items that are new attacks just go to a landfill. So I'll just pick it up and sell it to them because they are so giddy when they receive new attack pieces, because they can price it up a little bit. But anyways, this one did take a little while to sell. I want to say like a good 3 months. Honestly, maybe even less, because when I was doing my books this morning, one of the pieces that sold, I had already said like, man, I've had this for a long time, and I only had it since May. And I'm just like, girl, because I source 4 days a week, so I'm listing 100 items a week. So it's kind of like, it feels like things have been sitting for a long time, and it's just like, no, this is just an average time that things sit. But this one actually sold for $28.87. I did pay $1.53 for it, and I made a profit of $22.72 after fees and cost of goods. I do feel like I could have got a lot more for this, since it was new with tags. So that's kind of my fault. I probably should have priced it closer to $40 instead of $30. But anyways, this is a international sale. This is a Zara jumpsuit. I kind of went back and forth when I saw this in the bins, but I'm like, you know, it's Zara. But I realized that I think I can still market it. This one also was a size small, so not only did I have to market correctly, but I also had to price it correctly so it wouldn't sit forever. So this one was priced, I want to say around $30. So my boss sent them an offer of $25.49. They accepted it, and we are getting it out the door. And I did pay $1.57 for this one, and I made a profit of $19.36 after fees and cost of goods. And I definitely pick it up again, because this is like right up my, you know, profit alley, where I am making a $15 minimum on an item, which means that I typically need to sell an item for about 20 bucks. So yeah, this one was pretty good. Like I said, I'm sure I probably could have sat on this a little bit longer and got a little bit more, but I'm not in the business of doing that anymore. I like these quick flips. Okay, so this is Beach Lunch Lounge. This is just a mini dress. I definitely possibly cheap sold this just because I didn't want to sit on it for a while. And this one was an extra large, and it was kind of like a gauzy material. I know I told y'all in another video as to why I picked up a different Beach Lunch Lounge. So I noticed that these sell, but I have to make sure that I get over a large, and it's got to be like a good material content. So I picked this one up, and like I said, I priced it low because I got it at the end of, you know, summertime, because we're technically still in summer, but y'all already know how it goes. When it comes to reselling, you kind of gotta jump ahead of the curve. So I priced it low to get it out the door, and this one sold for $16.98. I did pay $1.34 for it, and I made a profit of $12.42 after fees and cost of goods. All right, this one was a pretty quick sale too. I think I just sourced this on Thursday, but this is a Men's Theory sweater. Y'all probably definitely saw this in a haul video. Not a haul video, but a reseller vlog, I want to say. But I picked this up, and I was pretty happy. I like to pick up Vince and Theory. I keep getting them confused for some reason, but I like picking them up because they do sell for me. I do think that the men's items perform a lot better than the women's. So yeah, but for the most part, I pick both of them up, especially if they're in excellent condition, and especially if they have a really good fabric content. This one was wool, so I'm like, yeah, definitely a good pickup. Like I said, it didn't take long to sell, and it actually sold for a full asking price of $29.99. Again, y'all, you already know I don't price things too high just because I want to get the item out. With me going to the Goodwill outlet, I'm able to price my items a little bit lower and be extremely competitive with my, you know, prices. So we love that. Oh, this is definitely gonna get hit. Why did I do grounds for this? Oh no, I forgot grounds can go up to 2 pounds. Anyways, so this one sold for $29.99. I did pay $1.23 for it, and I made a profit of $23.52 after fees and cost of goods. Now to Mercari, we have this Catherine's jacket. Now I definitely cheap sold this. So typically something that I notice that I do when I sell an item. So earlier, y'all know I sold that Catherine's top. So when I sold that, I went to Mercari to go ahead and delist it myself. And I noticed a few other Catherine pieces, and I'm like, wait, those have been sitting for a little while, so let me lower the price. And I do this a lot because y'all know Mercari, you kind of got to do things manually over there. So I went on and lowered the price, and then somebody came in and sent me an offer, which I was a little annoyed about because I'm just kind of like, okay, this is actually a good staple piece because this is a denim jacket. But since this was a size 1X, which is probably not the best desirable size, I went on and accepted it so I can get it out the door and just make some money back. And the fact that, you know, Mercari does not charge some fees also made it a little bit easier for me to want to accept her lower offer, because I really wanted it at the very least about $25 for this, but we didn't get that, but that's okay. But this one sold for $18.75. I did pay $1.11 for it, and I made a profit of $17.64 after fees and cost of goods. Also, put that over there. All right, so this is a women's St. John sweater. I literally just picked this up, and I was so happy that it sold quickly because St. John's Bay is just not a brand you pick up to resell unless it has sellable factors. And this one was a multicolor print. It was kind of like a crop top style as well, and it's kind of like an open knit. So I feel like with those factors, it was worth picking up. Unfortunately, it was like a petite small, but I knew if I priced it good enough and I marketed it with the right keywords, I thought, you know, I'd be able to get it out the door, and we did. So this one ended up selling for $15. I think I had it priced at $18. And they sent me a $15 offer. Of course, I accepted it. I actually accept all offers on Mercari. I price my items to be closer to my lowest. So whatever offer they send me, that's exactly what I am completely okay with, because I've already priced it, you know, as low as it was gonna go. But yeah, so this was sold for $15. I did pay $128 for it, and I made a profit of $13.72 after fees and cost of goods. So this is a pretty quick turnaround. I mean, I might have had this one listed for a week, if that. So this is my ideal type of sale. All right. So the next one is actually this man's Lululemon shirt. So that is 4 Lululemon pieces that sold in this video. But I recently picked this one up. I was actually gonna keep it for myself, but I didn't like the fit. So I went on and, you know, listed it, because y'all know I love me some browns and tans and stuff, but the fit just feels a little odd. So I went on and listed it, and this one, they sent me a $17 offer. I went on and accepted it. I did pay $1 for it, so I made a profit of $16 after fees and cost of goods. Why is the weight only 4 ounces? That is so weird. I know I didn't do that. There is no way. Okay, that one's 12. This one is a brand that I was hearing some resellers say it's a really good brand, but I'm like, this one took forever to sell. I had even pulled it from my inventory, and then when the guy was like, oh no, I don't want to, you know, get your inventory that you can't sell, I was like, okay. So I went on and relisted it, and it actually sold for $24. So we love that. I did pay $1.08 for it, and I made a profit of $22.92 after fees and cost of goods. And that is all that I have for this video. This ran pretty long, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this super long video. I try to take my time because typically I am rushing, but I say, you know what, let me slow it down. But yeah, I guess I'll see y'all in the next one. Please go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed my ship with me, and let me know if you want to continue to see ship with me, because at one point I was about to quit. But yeah, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.